different ways in which memory formation and recall can be affected. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, so if we're talking about cognitive load, the brain is limited as a processor for decision making. We talk about working memory. It's sort of it's got an executive function. It's like the conductor of our performance, and it's limited. I mean, many people will be aware, perhaps, that working memory. They say about 7 pieces of separate information we can, for a brief period of time, hold online and work with, but it's a limited resource, and it really is a loading effect on the brain. So that's why the brain wants to prioritise all the time. And with regards to loading, cognitive load, we're very clever as creatures. We can think of novel ways to store information. You know, talking about mobile phone numbers, for instance. If I was to give you my mobile phone number and ask you to dial it straight away, you probably get to the 7th digit, 8th digit, and then not remember the last digits. You might quickly want to try and chunk together some numbers, and it's freeing up capacity. But by and large, knowing that we're a limited resource, or the brain's a limited resource, the forebrain, our working memory, basically something's got to give, and that's where attention will cut in, because working memory will prioritise what's important based upon the limitations that's there. It will suppress information, it will delete information. So as you're moving through, say with your teachers, social workers, care workers, people working with mental health type environments, the more load that somebody's experiencing, the more difficult it can become to remain focused on the task, but the more selective we become in focusing on the task. The two go hand in hand. If you throw in the exhaustion on top of that, then it's compounding the problem. And just to revisit something I said earlier, we found that the default response will be for people to just focus on threat, and they lose the ability to be cognitively flexible in decision making. They have to rely and fall back on training generally, and if people haven't been trained, as we talked about, if they're not receiving training, they have no skills to fall back on, and that's when you get people freezing. They just don't know how to problem solve. They become, just standing there like needing direction, but having nothing to fall back on in a skill sense.